Hi, everybody, and welcome. My name is Sherry Placco, and I am here with some great friends of mine. I'm here with Vanessa, who lives with me here in the Chicago area. And then we are also joined by two of my Michigan friends, Katie and Charity. So I am so excited to be doing this class with you. And we are here to talk to you guys about how we are thriving right now in this crazy, chaotic time by using our essential oils. It's what's getting us through the chaos going on in our life. So if you have any questions during this call, put them in the chat box and we will be happy to help you through that. And to get us started tonight, Vanessa is going to kick us off.
Thanks, Sherry. Hi, everybody. Like Sherry said, my name is Vanessa, and I live here in Chicago. I am a middle school science teacher, and I have been with Young Living now for just about a year and a half. I got my first starter kit in March of 2019. So again, just a little bit over a year. I got started with Young Living basically because I had an opportunity to sample the product. Sherry had made up a sample mini kit for me and loaned me her diffuser and let me kind of try things out for a little while because I was looking for some solutions to stress, some emotional issues, sleep. I'm a mom of 2 teenage kids, and that's so any of you guys that have either littles or big kids and that know that, you know, if anything's going to keep you up at night and that it's going to be worrying about your babies. So yeah, I mean, just looking for some different and natural alternatives, and Sherry gave me a chance to try out some of her stuff and I loved it. And ever since I've been learning more and doing more with my oils, and so I'm just really excited to be able to come on and talk with you guys a little bit about that today. For those of you that may be new to essential oils, and that we get our essential oils and that from a variety of different plants that we can find all over the world. One of Young Living's hallmarks is the fact that, you know, they use only the best botanicals to derive their essential oils and create the products that they create for us. So I'm going to kick things off here a little bit. We're going to be using as sort of our guide for tonight, we're going to be using the Premium Starter Kit, and that which is sort of the gateway into Young Living that most people will kind of use to, you know, get started and get familiar. And that, so when you get your Premium Starter Kit, and that you get this lovely little box, right? And that full of all kinds of goodies. This box is going to have 12 different essential oils in it. Along with that, you're also going to get a couple other products that we're going to be talking a little bit more about tonight, and that some of our friends are going to be sharing more about some of those. You get a couple pouches of Ningxia Red, and that which is our antioxidant supplement. You will get a spray bottle of our Thieves Cleaner, and I know we've got somebody chatting about Thieves later. And you know, everybody's kind of favorite right now. My kit has the little bottles like this of the Thieves hand sanitizer. I know that just recently they've switched that up, so those of you that are getting kits in the next couple weeks or so, or at least kind of for the foreseeable future, are going to be getting a set of little mini pouches of hand sanitizer. They told us about that last week, so those are your basics. Along with your Premium Starter Kit too, you also get to choose one of 2 diffusers. I'm kind of in my back office right now, and my diffusers are either A, in my classroom, or B, in my bedroom right now. But there are 2 different diffusers then that also come along. You get your choice of one or the other that come along with your starter kit as well. There you go, Sherry's got hers in the background, and that's good job, thanks Sherry. And that's the Desert Mist diffuser. And so that's one of the 2. Our Dewdrop diffuser is the other one that's out there as well. So I'm going to kick things off by starting to talk a little bit about 3 different ways that we're able to use our essential oils. When we talk about essential oil usage, we focus on 3 different ways that Young Living has provided opportunities for us to use our oils. The first way is aromatically. And that's what a lot of people are familiar with. That's where we throw oils in our diffuser and go ahead and diffuse those, and enjoy the aromas. Your limbic system is activated by those scents, and that for any of you that have like those favorite smells that just evoke certain feelings, aromatic use of your essential oils is a great way to kind of key into some of those same types of things. So aromatically, and that we diffuse them into the air, we enjoy how they smell. Topically, and that for those of us that have been using our oils for a while, we love to wear our oils. Whether that's using reflexology points on the bottom of our feet, our hands, and that the skin sometimes on like our upper forearms, necks, behind our ears. For me, my oils in a lot of ways have replaced my perfume, and I'm able to kind of tailor things a little bit to what I need. For emotionally, for me, topically is one of the best ways to use my oils. The third way that we can use our oils is we are able to take them internally. We have certain oils that are specifically labeled for that purpose, and that we'll take a look at that. But internally, and that our oils can do great things, and that they work from the outside in and they can work from the inside out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about 3 of our different oil blends that come in your starter kit. And that I tend to be a huge fan of the essential oil blends, and that I like to call them, kind of their power-packed punches, and that you get a bunch of different oils and that packed into one blend. So you're getting the benefits of not just a single oil, but multiple oils all working together. So I'm going to be talking about some of those blends today, and that I like to call them my bang for the buck. So going back through that, aromatically was the first type of use that we talked about when you throw some oils in your diffuser. One of the first oils that I tossed in my diffuser when Sherry loaned me the kit to use for a while is Stress Away. Okay. Stress Away is a vacation in a bottle, and that is what I like to call it. Just the name of the blend appealed to me because, again, I'm pretty sure that it's safe to say that everybody has stress, and who doesn't want to get rid of their stress? And that, so this little bottle is fantastic, and that for helping to get rid of all the stressful feelings, takes you to kind of that beach vacation that some of us may not have been able to go on this year because of the circumstances and the surroundings. And that's when I need a little bit of the beach, and that I've got my bottle of Stress Away. This is a blend, and I can never remember all the oils in the blend, so I have my little cheat sheets. So Stress Away is copaiba, lime, cedarwood. It's our only blend that has vanilla, acacia, and lavender. So when I start thinking about some of the oils that I love for chill out and like low stress, and that lavender and cedarwood are definitely on that list. You throw in things like lime, and kind of like that vanilla, and now you just sort of have that aromatic experience that, take me away moment, which is one of the things that I love about Stress Away. The next use is, yes, Sherry, margarita in a bottle, absolutely. The next one is for topical use, and that my perfumes, and that which are filled with all kinds of synthetic fragrances and stuff, have kind of like, they're no longer really part of my world. My personal favorite for topical use, especially kind of for a perfume, is Valor. And that this little bottle has saved my butt on more than one occasion. And that it is called Valor. It inspires feelings of bravery and courage. I talk in front of like kids all day, and that doesn't bother me, but anytime I have to get in front of a group of adults, I've had a couple different events for school that I've had to run. I've pretty much rubbed some of this on my neck, on my wrists, behind my ears, along my spine, you name it. Like, I am definitely, inhaling and living off of Valor. Smells fantastic, and that is a combination of blue spruce, camphor, blue tansy, frankincense, and geranium. A couple different florals in there, a couple different big trees, and that are also just so good for, and that being able to kind of ground yourself and just feel more solid on your feet. So that's Valor, and that this is my favorite topical blend, and that there's a bunch that I love, and that, but going back to Valor, and that is like right, this is my go-to when in doubt. And then anytime I'm feeling jittery or nervous, right, like I'm wearing it now, and that I go to my Valor for topical use. The third way that we can use our oils is taking them internally. One of the easiest ways for me anyway to do that is to throw a few drops into my water bottle. And that I know that, you know, trying to stay hydrated can be a challenge for any of us that are busy moms or teachers in a classroom all day, or, you know, working in that wherever you may be working. And that we all know we're supposed to stay hydrated. For me personally, and that I'm just not a huge fan of just a glass of plain water, and that's just kind of my personal preference. I want something in it. So what I would usually do is I would keep around the house, I'd keep some lemons or some limes, you know, cut those up, put them in a little Ziploc baggie, put them in my fridge, use 2 or 3 of the wedges and then forget about them, and then they'd go nasty in my fridge. And now, like, you know, I've just wasted these lovely citrus fruits. So essential oils have been a really nice way to be able to kind of replace that, because they don't go nasty in my fridge nearly as quickly. And that's, so the blend we're talking about with this one that's in your starter kit is what we call Citrus Fresh. You will notice and that Citrus Fresh has a label that's a little bit different than the other ones. Okay, that kind of give you the two together. Citrus Fresh is what we call a vitality oil. And that this one is labeled with this white label, and that indicating to us that it is safe for internal use. Okay, so we look for those labels to kind of give us that guide. Right, this is right. This is happiness, sunshine, you know, bright sunny days on rainy days, you know, summer when it's winter out. That's Citrus Fresh. And that, for me, you throw this in water, it's fantastic. It is a blend, again, so you're getting all these different oils together. You're getting orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, mandarin orange, and the kicker on this one is spearmint. And that it's that little bit of mint to kind of offset all the citrus, and that just makes it, like, you know, citrus by itself is usually pretty refreshing, but that little bit of mint just kind of like kicks up the refreshing factor, just that extra little bit more. And that, so this one is great. One of my friends who started with oils too loves the smell of this. She actually uses her Citrus Fresh when she cleans, and that she loves to put a little bit of it in, you know, her mopping water for mopping water for her floors, some of those other types of things as well. So yeah, Citrus Fresh smells great. It tastes yummy in your water, and that has definitely helped me, encourage me stay more hydrated. So yeah, Citrus Fresh is definitely one of my go-tos. I love the citrus oils in general, and that's, so, you know, this one is great. And I didn't grab it with me. What you will notice with some of our vitality oils is that they also have counterparts, and that have the solid labels on them. They don't have the white labels. And that, I will let you in on a little bit of a secret, and that the FDA requires us to label things for internal use in such a way that it indicates that. Because of the high quality of Young Living products, the oil that's in this one is exactly the same as what you are going to find in the label with the solid bottle. This is kind of my little 5 milliliter size bottle. This is the size in your kit. I will tell you though, when this one runs out, I will take my big bottle that has the solid label, right, and I will refill it with that, because it is the exact same oil. I like the idea of the vitality oils because it just gives me a little bit of a guideline as to, you know, which of our oils are safe for internal use. Doesn't always mean I'm going to buy the vitality labeled one, and that, but at least it's a guideline for me. So yeah, so, and again, citrus oils are great for so many different things too, detoxifying, you know, cleansing body cells, all that kind of great stuff. So right, Citrus Fresh for your internal use in your kit. And I'm going to stop rambling because I could probably go on all night, and I won't. And of course, now I don't remember who I'm kicking it off to, and that's, so I'm just gonna, you know, take it away to whoever is next.
Well, that would be me. My name is Katie Judy. I am from Farmington Hills, Michigan, and I have been part of the Young Living family now for almost 2.5 years. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but also not that long. I was introduced to oils by one of my best friends, Charity, who is also my business partner. Yay! And we were just having a girls' chat in the car one evening, talking about all kinds of different ways as being moms of young kids and all the chemicals and things we have in our lives. And she had mentioned to me one thing that she had been interested in were Young Living essential oils and how they had been so helpful for her and her family. And talking to one of our other co-friends. And I came to a party at her house one evening and got to smell all the awesome oils and was sold with just smelling a lot of them, hearing the testimonials from both of my girlfriends. I have really struggled with migraines my entire life. Well, they're not just migraines, combination headaches, tension, everything. And on and off lots of heavy duty medications, nothing seeming to take the edge off. Charity started me with just some lavender and some peppermint, and those definitely helped. It was super exciting to know that I could get off all of those heavy duty medications and find a natural way to get rid of all that pain. And obviously being a mom of several kids, I have 3 little ones, so stress is kind of a big deal as well. So when I opened that bottle of Stress Away, like you had mentioned, Vanessa, it was just heaven in a bottle, and that is definitely one of my gateways to getting my kit. So I joined Young Living as a company. I did a lot of research looking through all the different companies that are out there, and I just fell in love with the transparency of Young Living. They put everything out there. There's no secrets. They have the best standards in the business as far as their quality of products. Everything is top notch. It goes through tons and tons of testing. And if things aren't perfect to their standards, they don't sell it. They will throw it away and be done with it. And to me, that is incredible for a company to throw out profits to hold that high of a standard. And that makes me feel much prouder of this company, knowing that high level of care that they take in every single bottle that comes out to you. And as you join the family, you might notice that sometimes oils go out of stock, and it's because the supply isn't up to their standard. And as disappointing as it can be, and as frustrating as it can be to be out of stock on certain things, I'm very proud that they stand behind their products and make sure that we get the best quality. Another cool selling point for me was their farms. We have farms on all 6 continents. I think I looked up, I can't even remember how many different farms now. Maybe Sherry, if you know, I don't remember that, but they have a ton of them. And I love the fact that you can go visit them. One of our upline leaders, she actually spent time calling around to different companies to see if they could visit their farms or come and tour them. And she got very little to no responses from like over 25 different companies. And Young Living, you can actually go out and go plant and be part of the entire process. Unfortunately, I haven't had that opportunity yet, but I am super excited and looking forward to doing that one day. I can't wait to see the process myself, but I've watched many videos, and everything, like I said, is transparent. You can see every step of the process, from down to where they're planting the seeds, all the way through the entire process of when you get that awesome little bottle. And it's super cool. The fact that they even use essential oils when they're growing the products. There's no chemicals in the process at all. And that definitely, for me, was a huge selling point. If we're going through this chemical-free lifestyle, it should be that way through the entire process. And that, to me, is why I'm part of the Young Living family. So they call that label seed to seal, so that their whole entire process involves no chemicals. Everything is cold pressed or steam distilled, and it's just an amazing thing that this company offers. So one of the things I want to talk to you tonight are about 3 of my favorite oils, and they are definitely quite the powerhouse. The first one is my go-to of lemon. I could not live without this oil. It seems very simple, but I use it for everything. We use it from literally cooking with it or adding it to like my iced tea. But I also use it for removing stains. With 3 kids, I have a lot of stains. So it's in all of my DIY spray removers, and those really tough hard-on stains, I just put it straight on the stains, and it's incredible. It lifts it out. Stickers, Band-Aids, anything that gets stuck on clothes, washed and dried, it will pull it right off. I got a new water bottle. It had that sticky label on it. Put a couple of drops of this on, came off no problem. So, and it smells good afterwards too. So can't go wrong with that one. And it's awesome. And it's actually, I know I've spoken with a few people, my mom included, who have issues with the acidity of some of the fruit. And the cool thing about our oils is it is coming from the rind. So you don't have to worry about the sensitivity to the acids in it, because you are not having to worry about that with these oils. My second go-to oil is peppermint. And peppermint, again, is another very powerful oil. And I use it, as I had mentioned earlier, with helping with my headaches and any kind of aches and pains. I'm super excited to mix it with other things. I know some people take it internally and literally can put drops of it in their mouth. It's a little strong for my take that way, but I will put it in a capsule and take it internally that way. It's great this time of year for cooling. My kids and I use it a lot when we're outside and you get really warm. I have it in a little roller bottle and we put it on our spines to help take the heat down a little bit. I've used it on my kids for fevers before, and it's a great one as well. I do use it in baking. I like chocolate mint, so I make a lot of cookies or brownies and just add a couple drops to it, and it gives you that mint flavor with no calories. So can't complain about that one. And then my other favorite one is lavender. This one, I think, is pretty versatile. They call it the Swiss Army knife of oils, and it's definitely very true. If you ever are in doubt, there's a pretty good chance that lavender will help it. So again, I use this one for my head issues, but it also is good for calming. It's been great for bug bites. I put it in the baby's diffuser at night. She had it from when she first came home from the hospital. It's our go-to for everything. I could go on and tell you lots of ideas for that one, but I'm sure you'll figure that one out. But the cool thing about those three oils, the lemon, the lavender, and the peppermint, is they are one of the most powerful combination for combating any type of seasonal issues. And it is my go-to, obviously with headaches. Having all the weather changing is not very good. My head is the human barometer. So having this power combination, it's in my diffuser. I have it in a roller. I take it in capsules. And tonight I wanted to show you another trick of a new way that I've been working with, and that's called an inhaler. So it looks like this cool little chapstick thing. I'm not sure if you can quite see it very well, which basically just take the top off, and it's a little twist off top, and you give it a little sniff, and you get the great smell of the oils with you. You don't have to worry about any dripping or leaking, not that I ever have that anyways, but just in case. It's easy for the kids to use. And they're so fun and easy to customize. I actually made some with a different combination. We took a long car ride for my son who gets motion sickness. And so he could just pop it open, give it a quick lift, and he's like, Mom, I feel better already. Sweet. So all this takes is this cute little plastic thing, and it has then felt or I think it's felt, I don't know, or cotton, little cotton thing that goes in that you're gonna stick inside of it. So basically you just take this cute little cotton thing. Now bear with me, I'm trying to do this on the couch. And you literally just put a drop or two of each on there. So I've got my lemon and then a little bit of peppermint. This one is pretty fast. All right, and then a drop or two of the lavender, and it really, that's it. That's all it takes. You just put this inside the cap and then pop the little, there's a little bottom that goes on side of it, and you're done. And then sometimes I label some of them for the kids. I put like a happy face for their happy roller or their happy smells, and the sad face for the one when their tummies weren't feeling the greatest. But then it's easy to stick in your purse and have it ready to go with you anytime. And it does last for us. We usually have it for a week or two as the stronger smell, but it still is there probably a month or two later, depending. You can always add a couple more drops if you'd like. But yeah, so that is my little story about my journey with Young Living, and I'm super excited to be here and to share it with you guys. So I think next is Charity.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Charity, and yeah, I forgot my Valor, so let's see how much I stutter to get through this. Haven't done a class in a while, so I'm excited to get back into it. So my story, I'm gonna try to make it quick, because if you know anything about like the colors for personalities, I'm a green and I research everything. So it took me years before I would finally accept essential oils. I even had an essential oils class at my house. I had someone ask me if she could do it. I had no clue what she was talking about, but I was like, sure, why not? Come on over. She taught this class. I still had no clue what she was talking about whatsoever. I just didn't want to take time to research it. I had little kids, I had puppy, like I just didn't have time. She was also giving me samples of things. I wouldn't try them. I didn't understand them. I wouldn't try them. Then one day I just like Katie was talking about, I suffered, let me say I suffered from migraines. I would get them constantly, and the ones that just knock you out for the whole day. And I had one of those, and nothing worked. Absolutely nothing worked. But my friends talked me into going to a book club that night. I love going to book club, but I wasn't gonna go. And they're like, come on. All right, fine, I'll go. I went. She gave me a roller of something. Again, I had no idea what it was. She's like, put it on. Okay. Rubbed it on the back of my neck. And I kid you not, in 10, 15 minutes, it was gone. Not dulled, gone. I was like, no, this is magic. Still not convinced, because again, I'm that green. So kind of fast forward, I meet, well, I'm in a mom's club, and this new person moved to Michigan, and from Chicago area, and she had an event where we were going to make rollers. So for kids, for back to school. Like, okay, cool, let's go to this. Why not? Let's meet this random person. So I go to her house, and we're making rollers, and that kind of gave me the confidence, because it was already, the drops and all that stuff were already figured out for me, so I knew they were safe for my kids. And that was always my biggest concern, was my kids. I didn't want anything to harm my kids. So I did that. I felt more comfortable, started using them on my daughter. And I was like, okay, this seems legit. Like, it seems to be helping her cough. This is okay. Other kids are still coughing, but she's not. Maybe it's a thing. Still not convinced, but maybe it's a thing. Then one day, I've been suffering with anxiety really bad. I mean, I don't know why, having 2 little kids and puppy and another dog and a cat in life. I don't know why I was having anxiety, but I'm suffering from anxiety. I reach out to this person, and I'm like, hey, do you have an oil to help me with that? I don't know if Sherry noticed, I'm wearing my shirt she made me. There's an oil for that. She's like, absolutely. So she gives me a whole bunch, this bag of just samples of oils. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with all these? So I started out with lavender. Lavender was what I started out with. And I just put it straight. I didn't dilute it. Just help me, please. I put it straight on my wrist, and I just smelled it. And I kid you not, that sold me. That was it. It worked. That was it. So that's kind of my story. And then, I guess, I'm not really completely done, but I'll speed it up. So money wise, everybody freaks out about money. So again, like so many people, I went to a competitor. I'm like, well, these are still good oils and they're cheaper. So I went to a competitor. I got their little starter kit, and I was using them, and didn't quite work the same. In fact, it was to a point, because again, I still have it in my head, even though this person kept telling me oils are not made the same. I'm like, they're oils, of course they're the same. I was diffusing certain ones, and I don't have any proof, but I'm pretty sure it made both my dogs sick. And I drilled her. I was like, I thought you said this was safe, and I'm pretty sure both my dogs. And she's like, it is safe. Let me reach out to other people. It wasn't. It was the brand. It was the brand. So anyways, I came around. I did a lot more research, a lot more of the seed to seal and all that. And hands down, it's not the same. We cannot say it enough. It's not the same. So that's my quick little story there. So some of my favorites. I mean, okay. I feel like most people that have heard of essential oils know this one. Ooh, can you see it? All right, so I'm trying a new light, you guys. So forgive me, I'm trying to figure this out. I've never done it before. So if you can hopefully see, I don't know how they do it with this light stuff. This is Thieves. I feel like everybody kind of knows Thieves. It's like lavender, Thieves. People know these. This is going to be your immune support oil, okay? Everything to help boost, support your immune system. Everybody in my family uses it. I put it on every single day. My kids roll it on every single day. They're old enough now they could do it themselves. So they have a roller. So I make a lot of rollers at home This happens to be one that is already made by Young Living, but we just put it in this little roller, and or ones I have at home, and they rub it on their feet every day when they're in school or going to dance class or soccer or whatever. We're going to be around other kids and people. It goes on first thing, like in the morning, and then it goes on again at night, because we want to make sure that we are keeping all that ick from coming in. Great story behind the name of it. I'm not going to get into it because I will run over my time, but it's a great story about why it's called Thieves. And reach out to whoever invited you, and I'm sure they'll tell you the awesome story about it. So yeah, so this is also another really nice one. It was already talked a little bit about the white label. So this is one of them that is a Vitality. So as you notice, it does have a colored label and a white label. So what's nice is it makes it easy to know which one, not only the name, but the colors also go together. So as you'll see, like it has a brown label with like a, I don't know, like a clear around its name. And then this one is white with the brown around its name. So you kind of know they go together. So not only do we roll it on our feet, but if I'm starting to feel something coming on, and I don't have time for that, because who has time for that? I feel something coming on. I take this Vitality. Again, it's the same oil. I take my Vitality and Young Living, or you can get on Amazon, but I prefer the Young Living. They have these little capsules. I don't know if you can see them at all. Just put some right into a capsule and you take it that way. Get a little bit of a carrier oil, like we have a V6 oil, you can use olive oil, whatever. Put some drops in there. You'll wake up and you'll feel amazing. So it's great. It's really good stuff. So we do a lot of internal, a lot of diffusing, tons of diffusing. I love to mix it with other oils for different smells, and it smells like, I don't know, like Christmas. Like it just, and I will be honest, whenever I have company, I diffuse it. Again, for the immune boosting and all that, because people are around, germs, ick. But also, a lot of times they're like, "Oh, what's that smell? Your house smells amazing." And I'm like, well, let me tell you. So there is Thieves. Favorite. Oh, I didn't tell you what's in it. It's got some good stuff. Rosemary, lemon, clove, eucalyptus, lots of good stuff. The next one I use a lot of, especially this past weekend, it was my birthday and my nephew's birthday. So we had a lot of cake and ice cream and junk. And I needed a lot of this. Digest. Again, I don't know if you can see it. I got to learn how to do all this. This is also a blend. As you see, it's got a white label. You can do this topically. They say that if you take this oil, it's great for digestion. So think all things stomach and digestion, okay? Anything that might upset your stomach. Thank you, Sherry. I almost forgot it. Yeah, so all things digestion, all things belly. Anytime something's happening with your stomach, this is gonna be what you want. And you can roll it on, and there's a little, like saying that when you put it in your roller, if you, go, oh, hang on. Clockwise to go, counter to slow. Okay, again, it's been a while since I've done this. So yeah, when you roll it on clockwise on your stomach, it helps you to go. And if you do it counterclockwise, it helps to slow things down. I'm not a huge fan of the smell. There's worse smells. It's not the worst one in the whole world. Not a favorite though, I'll be completely honest. It's got some interesting oils like fennel and anise and patchouli and tarragon and ginger and peppermint. So it's got a lot of oils in it. And I personally like to do it internally. So I will put this one into a capsule and I take it internally. So I'm not even kidding. Your stomach will feel like just what did I do to myself? And you take this, and again, within like 10, 15 minutes, it's gone. I've heard of a lot of people using it on the plane. Like if they're feeling a little motion sickness, they take it. Anything tummy, anything at all. And then the last oil I'm going to talk about is one called Piano-A. So Piano-A smells amazing, first of all. It smells super, super yummy, which is why there is a child protective cap on it. It has wintergreen in it, and wintergreen is a known blood thinner. So there is a cap on here, child-resistant, child-proof cap, so that kids can't just open it up and drink it, because it smells so good, especially because of that wintergreen. So you, Piano-A, a good way, I don't know if I should say that, I better not. This is great for all things muscle, joints. You've been working out in the yard all day with your flowers, you just did a great workout, and your body's kind of feeling it. This is what you want. You want to put this on. You can dilute it. Personally, I don't. This is one oil that my husband has actually used and had to come back and say, yeah, it worked. He's a skeptic and doesn't want to get into this essential oil voodoo stuff. But, you know, his elbow was hurting, and I'm like, let me help you. I can help you. He's like, Advil's not helping, and it keeps hurting. I'm like, let me help you. Rolled this baby on straight, gone. So anything that's kind of achy, bothering you at all, this is what you want. The nice thing I like about this too is in your kit, when you order it, it comes with this little roller fitment, this cute little roller ball. This is a great one. Stress Away, another great one. I think you get 2 of them. If I remember right, you get 2. So Stress Away, get your roller fitment on that one. And Piano-A is another great one. So I'm going to show you real fast just how easy it is to put that on. So when you get your oils, it looks like this with the little cap on there, so that you can dump your oils out. You want to use just the regular cap it came with, and it kind of like will hook when you want to try to get that, what is it called, this orifice thing out. It kind of catches when you try to get the edge of it, and it'll pop right off. So now I got to be careful to not drop this as I'm trying to show you. Keep it on a counter normally when you're doing this. Don't spill your oils, it will make you cry. Done it many times. Take your little roller, just set it on top. You don't have to push it in, just set it there. It comes with a little black cap. Put it on, twist, and you're good to go. And you can just roll it on whatever body part you need. So awesome to have on the go or whatever you need. So love this one. I'm seeing all this chatting, and I realized I should have probably done this on my computer because I can't chat on my phone. That makes me sad. All right, I have 2 more things and then I'll be done. You also will get, and right now this is so hard to keep in stock. And I had to show this with a little, isn't this the cutest little holder? Okay, so this was for my daughter's lunchbox. All right, this is our Thieves hand sanitizer. If you don't know anything about our company, we have tons of Thieves stuff. Tons of Thieves stuff. We have a huge line of Thieves stuff. And this is one of the samples that you will get in your, man, I gotta learn how to do this. In your box is this Thieves hand sanitizer. I mean, everybody's going crazy about hand sanitizer right now, right? So this stuff is great. We're having a hard time keeping it in stock, but they're finally able to keep up with our demand. It's getting better. This stuff doesn't dry your hands out. It kind of, you put it on and it almost kind of feels like lotion, honestly, when you put it on. It's not that drying alcohol, none of that. Totally safe for kids. I mean, they can put on their hands and then put their hands in their mouth and it's fine. So yeah, this stuff is and kills 99.9% of germs. We can say that now. Woohoo! So this stuff is legit. It is the best thing ever. Like I say, I send it I put this right on my daughter's lunchbox so that she uses it. She lets her little friends use it, whatever. I don't care. This stuff is great. So get it, stock up on it. We also have it in a big bottle. Best stuff ever. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is another Thieves product, which is the Thieves, I don't know how to do this, the Thieves spray. So just think, again, killing all those germs. Think shopping carts, doorknobs, handles of anything you're touching, your steering wheel, your hands. Maybe you don't have hand sanitizer. Your phone, your anything at all that you might need a little extra cleaning. This is what you want. You can throw it right in your purse and just spray, spray, spray whatever you need. So you don't need to, your mask, your mask. I didn't even think about that. Your mask, yes. So this is gonna be great for that. And so I say, especially those shopping carts and all that. There's stores I went into that you have to grab the shopping cart and then go get the disinfectant wipe. I'm like, what is that? So no, you carry this, you pull it out, you spray it, you're good to go. So, all right, I think I'm done. So Sherry, it's on to you.
Man, this has been so much fun. I hope you guys are learning a lot of amazing information tonight. And I love always hearing other people's stories about how they got started. So a little bit about me. So my name again was Sherry Placco, and I live in the Chicagoland area. And I knew nothing about essential oils, like nothing. They were like things people use to make their house smell nice. Like that's all I knew. I saw them at like Bed Bath & Beyond. I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool. Well, but then 2015 happened for me. Right after Mother's Day of 2015, I was stricken down by something, and it took a few months to get a diagnosis, but I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I was 47 at the time, getting ready to turn 48. I had no family history, no warning. I literally went from feeling fine, and over the course of 5 days, I went into a full body flare, and my husband was actually helping me dress because I couldn't even lift my arms higher than this. And a little bit about my other backstory is I'm a teacher also, like Vanessa, but I teach 8-year-olds. So I am up moving around all day. I see between 90 and 100 third graders every day. My school, we teach on a departmental model, so the students move classes. So I'm around kids, I'm moving all day. And when my autoimmune hit, I could barely walk. I was moving like I was a 90-year-old person, barely able to function. They put me on a ton of meds. I was on 50 milligrams of prednisone for almost 9 months. And if you know anyone that's ever been on prednisone for even a short period, you know what that does to your system. It's not pretty for a long term. I was on all the big gun medications that you see on TV for like rheumatoid arthritis. And they weren't helping. I was taking 12 Advil a day just to function. It was really, really bad. So the doctors were like, well, we're just going to keep trying to do this. And I saw an ad for an essential oils class at my local library. And I was like, aren't those things I saw at the store? But it said, are you looking for something better? I was like, well, yeah, I'm looking for something better. So I went to this class knowing zero. And the first things that I learned about before she even talked about oils was about the things that I was using in my home that were probably harming me. And I had no idea about them. So I learned first thing about air fresheners. So I was that girl. We have dogs, and I didn't want my house to smell like dog. I wanted it to smell like a Hawaiian breeze or a pine forest. So I had those little air fresheners where every 90 seconds it would poof out that Hawaiian breeze or the pine forest. Well, did you know that those air fresheners contain formaldehyde? Yeah, they use that as the preservative in there. Formaldehyde is a known cancer-causing agent. The FDA lets that go into your air fresheners. So every 90 seconds, I was poofing that out to my family. I've also been an asthmatic since I was 3 years old. It was very debilitating for a big majority of my life, and I've never gone without having to use an inhaler as a daily prescription, not just a rescue inhaler. Um, so I learned, okay, get those air fresheners out. There's a better way. I also learned about this little thing called sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS. Have you guys ever heard of that? How many of you brush your teeth? How many of you wash your hands? Well, if you don't use Young Living products, I want you to go look at the back of your toothpaste or your soap. If you see sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS, that is a chemical that was originally created as a degreaser to get grease off of garage floors. It's in your toothpaste. Doesn't that taste good now? It's a known endocrine and hormone health disruptor. So those are just like the top two things. I could go on about chemicals, but that's a whole nother day. But I started learning about the chemicals that were around me that were contributing to my illness. Because here's the thing. Our bodies are actually meant to break down chemicals. That's the way that we're created. However, by the age of 47 for me, I had been using so many things for so long that the buildup was happening quicker than the breakdown could occur. So that's the problem. That bioaccumulation in my body is when all of a sudden my body said, nope, we're done. And I developed an autoimmune. My immune system started fighting against me. And sadly, 90% of people with autoimmune are women. Think about that, because women use more body care products, skincare products, makeup. If you have noticed, a lot of the shampoos, even in the grocery stores now, you'll see sulfate-free or phthalate-free. Because all of that stuff that we've been using, they found out it's harmful to us. There is a better way, and that's why I got started. It was when I learned about those scary things, I was like, okay, yeah, I need to do something better. So my long story short is that once I started using Young Living and removing the chemicals from my home, healing my gut, I'm really excited to tell you guys that I have been completely medication-free since March of 2016. I have not used an asthma inhaler since March of 2016. My mother still will cry on a daily basis if I talk to her about this, because she watched me suffering my entire lifetime. And Vanessa knew me as a child. She knows how bad it was. I've also never had another flare of my autoimmune, and I am on 0 medication to manage my autoimmune. And that is why I like to come and tell everybody about essential oils, because when I joined, this was not the plan. I'm a teacher. I'm a mom of 2 college-age kids. I'm a wife of a very, very nice man who lets me do this stuff all the time. But everybody needs to know there is something better. And so that's why I want to tell everybody, because everybody needs oils in their life. And just so you know, my husband called me Sherry Potter for the first year of me using oils, because he was like, yeah, you go do your witchcraft and wizardry. But he's all in now, and you'll hear about him again in a little bit. So let's talk about the last 3 oils that come in that amazing box that Vanessa showed you. The first one I'm going to talk about is my friend Frank. So this is frankincense. Not going to lie, I was not a fan of this smell. Like, it was like churchy, you know, I mean, I know it's great for meditating. I wasn't a fan. It took me a little while. Now I love it. I actually apply it neat to my chest, to this area right here, my neck, just right out of the bottle. I like to call it Spanx from my face. It will visibly tighten your skin. So I am 52 now, and I feel like my skin is better now than it was when I was like 40. Like, if I showed you pictures, I think my skin looks better now. And my friend Frank is one of the good reasons for that. Now, I'm also a little cheap, and frankincense is not. So even though this is labeled for aromatic and topical use, I'm going to tell you, I don't put it in my diffuser. I know it's great to help for grounding and relaxing, but I have other oils that aren't as pricey that I can put in there. This also comes in a vitality. So if you Google alpha pinene, that's one of the constituents. Or if you even just Google why you need frankincense, and I can't talk about it here because we're going to be compliant, but Google those things and see why you want frankincense in your life. This is either going on my skin or in my body because we do have a vitality version. So Frank is amazing. Next one I'm going to talk about is Raven. So Raven is another one with this childproof cap. So that means it has wintergreen. So when you hear the word Raven, I want you to think respiratory. Got it? Raven, respiratory. So this is great. It's a blend. So it contains Ravinsara, lemon, peppermint, wintergreen, and eucalyptus radiata. So how many of you, when you were kids, your mom would slather that Vicks Vapor Rub on you? Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, that's all petrochemicals, people. You don't want to be like putting that on your body. Raven, and add a little bit of frankincense with a little bit of a carrier oil. Put that on your chest if you're ever congested. Whew, it's amazing. It's amazing. Or even just Raven in the diffuser, or make an inhaler like Katie showed you to do, because it just smells so good. It opens you up. And if you're wondering about carrier oils, that is a fatty oil. It's different than an essential oil. So this is my favorite carrier oil. This is fractionated coconut oil. So it's a liquid version of coconut oil. And this is my carrier oil of choice because it's colorless and odorless. But if you have almond oil, jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, any of those things, they all work as carrier oils. And now the last one I want to talk about, which is kind of like the bomb, because I teach 8-year-olds for a living. Remote learning was not my friend. I probably sat in this chair for 14 to 16 hours a day from March through almost the end of June. And I don't know what's going to happen if I'm going to be back in this chair, but peace and calming was my friend. I wear peace and calming as my perfume. And this is another amazing blend. So if you like Valor, you're probably also going to be in love with peace and calming. So this one contains, and I have to look because I never remember either, tangerine, orange, ylang ylang, patchouli, and blue tansy. So blue tansy is also in that Valor. And it was in the chat. So if you weren't able to read the chat, when we were talking about Seed to Seal, back when I first started in 2015, right after I joined, blue tansy had been distilled. And when they tested it and tried to, make sure it was going to do what it was going to do, they found out it didn't meet standards. So for whatever reason, whether it was a rainy year, a drought year, when they tested the blue tansy, it didn't meet standards. So they said, all right, well, we can't use it. It's only harvested once a year. So for 18 months, people, 18 months, we did not have peace and calming. We did not have Valor. These are two of the biggest sellers after Thieves that Young Living has. It's not about the money. It's not about the profit. It's about the oil doing what it's intended to do for you. Purpose over profit. That's why I love this company, just like Katie talked about. That's what really makes it stand out. So while as a member, I get frustrated when the things I love are out of stock, I get it and I value that. So it's really about understanding why. And with our vitality oils, how many of you look, when you're buying your food, you look for that Project Verified non-GMO label? I know I do. Young Living actually has that certification on our vitality oils, because people ask, are your oils organic? No. Organic is applied to food products. These are not food products. However, we do have the non-Project Verified, non-GMO Project Verified certified label, which is a very rigorous testing process that we had to go through, but all of our vitality oils have that label, so you know it's safe. That's even better than the organic label because of how rigorous they are to go through that. All right. Now, something else before I wrap this up. These little pouches also come in the starter kit. This is called Ninja Red, and I love to talk about this. This is actually kind of my gateway into Young Living. So the starter kit was a little different when I joined, but when I joined, the girl that I signed up with, I talked to her about my autoimmune. I said, you know, I teach 8-year-olds. I can't get a flu shot anymore, which now I know I don't want anyway, because you know, they're not good for us. But I was like, what am I going to do when I go back to school? And she researched and found that people with my autoimmune were drinking Ningxia Red to stay above the wellness line. And I was like, well, okay, I guess I'm going to be ordering that. Now, Ningxia Red, Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, years ago, he went to different cultures around the world, and he wanted to find out what was the key to their longevity. What were they eating in that natural environment? What was part of that environment that made people healthy? And when he got to the Ningxia province of China, he found that they were all living well into their 90s and beyond, and they had all their teeth and they had great eyesight. Like, who doesn't all want that when we're in our 90s, right? And he found the secret for them was the wolfberry. They were eating wolfberries. Now, you may have heard of the goji berry, which comes from India. So the wolfberry is kind of like the cousin to the goji berry, and it is only grown in the Ningxia province of China, hence the name Ningxia Red. So he formulated this super antioxidant drink, and it is recommended that you drink 1 to 2 ounces a day to keep you above the wellness line. So when I ordered my starter kit, I signed up right away for the monthly auto ship program that we have, because I knew I was going to be drinking this every day. And I have not been sick. The girl with the autoimmune that teaches 8-year-olds, I have not been sick since I started using my products. It's about knowing how to take care of yourself to stay above the wellness line. I take my health very seriously, especially now with what's going on. You are in charge of what you're putting into your body. But do you want to know a better reason to take this? I've got something better for you. Remember I talked about my husband at the beginning of my story? Yeah, he stopped calling me Sherry Potter because of this. This was his gateway as well. So in the summer of 2016, a year after I started using oils, we had been to the grocery store and we came home, and he looked at me and he said, you know, when we were at the store today, if I covered this eye, I couldn't tell if that was you down the aisle. I'm like, well, that's a problem, honey. We've been together like 29 years. I think you should recognize me at this point. So it was a joke, but not really. We immediately went to the ophthalmologist that week, and she said, you need to go to a retinologist today. It took a few days to get in, and he was diagnosed with a rare form of macular degeneration called pattern dystrophy macular degeneration. It's different than age-related. They didn't know if they were going to be able to fix it. But the eye doctor said, every day for the rest of your life, you are going to take this vitamin. And if you know anyone with macular degeneration, they probably take Arids 2 or something similar to that that's over the counter. And so me being me, I came home and Googled it, like, what's in this stuff? And in this vitamin, it contained 2 major ingredients called lutein and, I can never say this word right, zeaxanthin, maybe. Yeah, something like that. My science teacher needs to help me here, Vanessa. But it's these things. And I found out that there is more naturally occurring zeaxanthin and lutein in the Ningxia wolfberry than anything else that you could find. Synthetically, they can't even create half of what you get naturally in a wolfberry. So I told my husband, okay, well, you're going to start drinking 2 ounces of this a day. And he actually drank 4 ounces a day. They did an injection in his eye. I walked out of the room. We went back 3 months later. They noticed an improvement. They did another injection in his eye. I walked out of the room. We went back 3 months later again, and it was gone. So this doctor thinks he was a miracle worker because my husband wouldn't tell him, and he wouldn't let me tell him. I know better. We go every 6 months for his checkup to the retinologist. And every time we go there, the doctor looks at the screen and he looks over at him. His vision is actually better than when we started going there in 2016. Just saying, people. This is all things that you have access to. but to keep you above the wellness line, eye health, everything, overall health and wellness. This was our gateway. But my husband is so all in. We make wellness capsules here. I don't take any over-the-counter medicines. I make capsules every day. He's really good. He makes his for 2 weeks. Because I'm home now, it's the summer. I'll be like, yeah, I get up in the morning and I'll just do it. He'll make my capsules for me. He's like, you don't have any capsules in there. Let me make your capsules. Put your oils out. Like full circle, because he has seen the benefits for himself. He saw it with me, but now he sees it for himself. So this was a whole lot of information. So now what? So you want to know how to get started, right? Well, everything that we've talked about, you get that amazing box of oils. It's got 12 oils in it. You get 2 samples of the Ningxia Red that you better put in your refrigerator as soon as you get it to drink them. You get the Thieves hand sanitizer, the Thieves spray, and 2 roller fitments and a diffuser. And it's only $165. If you guys were to buy it as a retail member, it would cost you over $400. So you know how like Costco and Sam's Club, you pay a membership fee to be able to walk in the door to shop. Well, that's kind of how Young Living is, but we don't have a fee. Your fee is just buy the kit. And then once you buy the kit, you get 24% off the retail pricing. Like who doesn't want 24% off without an annual fee? Me. And then I mentioned that auto ship program that I do because I drink Ningxia Red all the time and so does my husband. That's called Essential Rewards. You don't have to be on that. However, if you know you're going to want something every month, you get points back. Walmart and Target don't give me anything back if I shop there. And you get free stuff. Who wants free stuff? So be sure that you talk to the person that invited you to this class because they're going to help you get started. So you can just get your kit, or you can get your kit on Essential Rewards and already get free stuff just for buying your kit today. I hope this was really helpful to you guys. I hope you had a wonderful time joining us, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thank you.